Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, October 3rd, 2016 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I harmonize with the holiness of my worth. And I just changed it in my head to I harmonize with the holiness of my sacred self, because your sacred self is that foundation for your worth. And today is a beautiful astrological day. We're building to some interesting things later this week. We're building to some, it could be intense squares between Libra and Capricorn with Mars and Jupiter and the Sun and Pluto later this week. And those squares bring us a resistance. And I always say it's usually more intense in the building to it than it is when we hit the peak of the mountain. It's like walking up the mountain. So you may start to feel those stirrings, those rumblings, but today is gonna get us into the energies that are gonna help us move through, transform, and empower ourselves through this energy. So we have the moon in Scorpio making all the connections today. The moon in Scorpio connects to Neptune, Venus, and Pluto today. So the moon beginning the day connecting to Neptune, 9 degrees, that degree of passion. And the moon in Scorpio, when I think of Scorpio, I get a few different themes in my head. My favorite theme of Scorpio is the theme of transformation in order to empower. But there is a strong element of introspection or intimacy with yourself when Scorpio energy comes up, because Scorpio wants to uncover everything. It just wants to see everything for what it is. And so with this connection to Neptune, it's a good connection. It's a trine. It's an easy connection. This may ignite your intuition, help you find some of those things, maybe some of those deeper issues that you've been wanting to look for. It also, I feel like, is going to ignite the passion of your holy being. I'm really feeling the passion ignited within your womb from the energy of your yoni, from the sacral energy, the sacred energy within you being ignited by this connection, and allowing that energy to come up and flood any of the shadow energy that may be going on within you. And I think this is really important because in these squares that we have coming up between these cardinal signs, between Libra and Capricorn energy is kind of the status quo, what things have been. This has been the standard. This has been the structure of things. Pluto moving through it is like, let's do this to the structure. We've got to dig it up, undo it, and remake it stronger, because right now the status quo is not really working. It's not serving us. We have evolved. We are shifting. And so the status quo needs to shift as well. The structure needs to shift. Meanwhile, Libra is like, I just want balance, I just want harmony, I just want peace. Oh my gosh, what's happening in all this? And so there is going to be some turmoil in this. And anytime that turmoil comes up, it can reveal parts of ourselves. It can reveal how we get when we get stressed. It can reveal our shadows. This is why this moon in Scorpio leading up into this is really important, because the moon in Scorpio is like, I see your shadows, and I love you anyways. I see your shadows and I see the sacred in them. I see your shadows and I see what they have done for you. Because a lot of times these shadows, I like to say, sometimes your shadows are just your light with a little smudge on them. It's energy that through circumstance has maybe gone, like I said, into that shadow realm. And so now it's time to recognize it. Recognize these energies for what they have been for you. And now empower yourself to transform these energies. That's the power of Scorpio, is to first recognize and then transform. What I love is then we have the moon connecting to Venus at 12 degrees, that degree of expansion. It's a degree of super big light. And so the moon connecting to this is like, your sacred self is the key. Wherever that sacred self, that sacred union with yourself is within you, this is the strength from which you can draw from to move into this energy. We then have the moon connecting to Pluto. And this, again, it's an easy connection, but this may show us some of what this old structure has been that needs to shift so that we can harmonize with who we are now. And what I love, there's a few things that I love about the astro today. At one point today, we will have the Sun, the Moon, and Saturn all at 11 degrees, those master level degrees. And I've got the Master card. So this is pushing us into our mastery. The mastery is not out there. It's not with any guru. It's not with any teacher. It's not even through this scope. The mastery is by your own process, your own acknowledgement of what's going on within you. Nobody can really tell you what's going on except you. So presence, intimacy with yourself is really important in this. The other thing that I always love when the goddesses come out to play, we have some strong goddess asteroid activity going on. We have Lilith connecting to Juno, and this energy is squaring Pallas. Pallas is in Aquarius right now. Pallas in Aquarius, what I think is like shifting the old patriarchal paradigm within the higher consciousness out there, and it's giving us downloads in here. And then Lilith and Juno over here, like, okay, this is the Lilith-Juno connection is really interesting, because to me that's like, I'm not listening to anybody outside myself at this moment. I'm connecting to myself, and I'm connecting to my higher self, and I'm connecting to my higher wisdom, and letting that guide me. You know, you may be tempted. I don't have the compromise card, but if I had the compromise card, I'd be showing you the compromise card in reverse. So imagine I'm holding the compromise card in reverse. This is not a call for you to compromise yourself. This is a call to be true to yourself. And I keep coming back to the feeling of intimacy with yourself in this, to empower yourself for this energy that's coming later this week. That being said, I have the experiencing card. Everything we're going through is meant to benefit us. It is taking us on the path of mastery. We are going to have to let go of some of these old ways of being, some of these old paradigms. I just posted a thing on my Facebook about old things that have been really supportive to me that I'm having to let go at this time. And what it's ultimately leading to is this flowering card. You're growing and blooming into another level of yourself. In fact, you're growing and blooming, I'm using a new deck today, into the sacred self. This card, how about this card? The Shekinah? I don't know how to say it right. And it says, unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. And I'm going to actually read it because I like the whole message. Don't feel the need to hold back or dampen your spirit. It's time to celebrate. There's a feeling of dance and joy around you as you fully recognize your splendor. You are a sacred being who defies gravity every day just by being alive and brings a sense of balance and equality to the world. Acknowledge your sacred self. Even if you're battling the darkness within you, it's time to stop battling it, and it's time to acknowledge it and transform it and utilize it and recognize how it has served you as you're blooming. And along with this, from the Universal Love deck, comes miracles. These challenges you are facing now are crucial to your future success, just like that butterfly emerging from the cocoon. It's painful, it's necessary. Some things are tipped on their head so that a new perspective is visible. A cycle ends and a new one begins, and with a new beginning, a miracle unfolds. For you deserve to be and have what your soul desires. Life is a miracle and every moment is a blessing. Sometimes a moment is all it takes for everything to change for the better. So there will be miracles if you believe, but meanwhile, dive in. That is it for today. If you'd like to book a reading, check me out on GaiaBlooming.com, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.